Salutations, everyone. This is Razor here giving you my first movie review of the new year, 2013, with the film Gangster Squad that came out today. Saw it last night, and we also got Zero Dark 30 and that Tyler Perry Presents scary movie ripoff that looks identical to a film that came out last year that no one's going to see. But anyways, saw Gangster Squad last night, and overall it's a good film, and you should check it out. I was really looking forward to this film, and if you don't know, it was supposed to come out in September, but after the Aurora shooting at the movie theater of the Dark Knight midnight show from that fuckface who killed a bunch of people. They had to postpone the film and reshoot a scene in the movie that had a movie theater shooting in a Grauman's Chinese theater, the most famous movie theater in America. There was a scene where people get shot inside of the theater. They get shot through the screen, as you can tell from the old previews of the film. So unfortunately, they obviously had to scrap that. It's definitely wasn't something in their power. They needed to do it just because of the timing and how closely related the nature of the shootings were. The fact that it was inside an actual theater and people were getting shot, it was just something that they could not do. That was a very, very unfortunate circumstance. It's not the first film to be affected by some tragedy. If you guys remember way back, the original Spider-Man had Spider-Man actually saving a plane from crashing into the Twin Towers. It never actually made it into the previews. But that was something that they were going to show off and obviously couldn't afterwards. And on last year we had that movie The Watch. It was supposed to be called Neighborhood Watch, but after the whole Trayvon Martin thing, they felt like they couldn't name it that, so they changed it to The Watch. And there's a couple of other films with other tragic events that caused it to change something about the film, and unfortunately this also happened with Gangster Squad. But hopefully, when it comes out in DVD, we'll actually get to see that actual scene that was supposed to be in the film, because I really like to see the movie that the director envisioned. Hopefully that part, that scene, which is an important scene, or so they say in the film, that they had to completely reshoot. And if you see the film, what scene replaced it is the scene that happens in Chinatown. I don't know how differently it went down from the movie theater scene, which obviously none of us are going to get to see for a while. Hopefully they do release it in the DVD. But onto the actual film. If you've seen the preview, that is what you're going to get from the movie. It's a really good, all the trailers for the movie are good. You see a small squad of LAPD cops going after Mickey Cohen, the gangster of LA, and take down his operation. They have to do it off the books. This isn't an official police business. They leave the badges at home, and they're going to war. And this, people like gangster movies, and I myself haven't seen very many because not many have been made in my time. But I really like the idea of the LA noir era, because it was a time where if you had the most money and the most guns, you controlled everything. That was what was so special about this time. This was the era where the bad guys had the advantage because they had all the weapons, they had all the drug money, and there was no technology that the police had that would give them any sort of edge. They all drove the same type of cars, they all had the same type of guns. There wasn't body armor or forensics. All the judges and half the cops were getting paid off. And so that's what's really interesting about gangster movies, and makes them so appealing to a movie-going audience, and makes it so perfect for a film. But as far as the movie goes, the direction is okay. I wasn't big of a fan of some of the little quirks that this director has. I'm not really sure a lot of the films that he's made. But the writing is fairly good. The acting is superb. Sean Penn, who is, a despicable person in real life, does an amazing job as Mickey Cohen. He brings that character to life and is definitely one of the highlights of this film. They make him look a lot like Mickey Cohen, and the acting is superb in that respect. He makes it an amazing bad guy. And of course, with the group of cops, we got Michael Pena from End of Watch. We got Ryan Gosling, who's been in a lot of good stuff lately. Josh Brolin plays the lead character, the head of the gangster squad, as they call themselves. And this is just a good action film with some pretty good acting as well. The writing isn't going to blow you out of the water. The directing is it's kind of iffy, but if you've seen the trailers and you think that this movie is interesting at all, you're going to like this film because the movie plays exactly how the trailers portray it, and that's a good thing. It's got everything you need. You got Emma Stone being wicked hot. You got Ryan Gosling and Josh Brolin, and Sean Penn doing rather good acting jobs, and you got gangster violence. As a video gamer, I always go over the weapons in the game. You got some pistols here now and again, but mostly you're gonna be seeing Thompsons or Tommy guns with the drum mags, some MP40s, but don't worry, they're not using Juggernaut, so it's not overpowered. But there's a lot of shooting, a lot of detective work, but mostly it's just about a ragtag team of cops not playing by the rules and a lot of blah, 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 blah. So if that's what you're looking for, that's what you're going to get in this film. It's not going to blow you away in any major respect. You're going to be like, oh, well, Sean Penn did a pretty good job as Mickey Cohen. But as far as the other acting goes, the writing doesn't really cater to, big jobs from the acting department. But still, you're going to get some decent efforts from each actor. Like I said, the directing isn't that great. It's a little distracting at times, to be perfectly honest. But it's still overall a good, fun film. If you're looking for a little bit of action, a little bit of gunplay, you will be rewarded in your patience. It's sad that we had to wait, another 4 months to see this film, but that's all right because that gives us something to watch in January, which, as many of you know, is the worst month for movies. They don't really ever seem to release the many good big project films in January, and even with some that they really want to do well, if they feel like it's just gonna bomb, they'll just throw it in January because. It's just not a good month for movies. To give you an idea of that, the most successful January movie of all time is Cloverfield. And while that was a good film, I really enjoyed that one a lot. It's still not on your list of blockbusters that made a crap ton of money at the box office. While it did fairly well, for it to hold the record of January is just a sign of the kind of movies that you get in January. So, in February we don't really get much good stuff either, but we only have a few good movies to look forward to until, March, April, May hit. So, you see all the decent movies that you can. I'll have my review of Zero Dark 30 up tomorrow. At first I didn't feel like seeing this film, but now that it's getting a lot of award attention, and getting really good reviews, I'll give it a shot. I thought the preview for it actually was the worst trailer of 2012. The trailer made the movie look absolutely stupid, but I'll give it a try. I did enjoy The Hurt Locker, and Catherine Bigelow is doing Zero Dark 30 as well. Don't really understand the title or the premise. They're making Osama bin Laden to look like this super genius, evil supervillain, and I don't like that. Doesn't look very realistic, but I'll have my review out for that tomorrow, so no prejudging as of now. And that's really all I got for you guys. So, see Gangster Squad if it looks intriguing to you. If it doesn't look like your type of film, it's not gonna be. There's really no other redeeming qualities to it than a pretty good job of Sean Penn as Mickey Cohen and a lot of rat-a-tat-tats with Tommy guns. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you didn't see my top 10 of videos or movies of 2012, check that video out. Put a link in the description, as well as my FPS Russia impersonation of him playing Dead Rising off the record. And I will see you guys next time. Later days. By the way, the SMR sucks.